another. Mainstream media. Government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Jim Tucker, AmericanFreePress.net, formerly The Spotlight. We heard that they were, that really a week and a half ago that Bilderberg met in Athens, outside Athens, Greece. You said you didn't believe that. Greek paper reported it. Bilderberg.org reported it. Tony Gosling. Then we had the major Dutch news report they were going to be meeting the 5th through the 8th in Chantilly, as they met a few years ago in Virginia. Tell us what you think's really happening, Jim Tucker.
Well, this one is right. It's Chantilly. Yes, somebody gave us that Dutch email, too, and I called the Dutch embassy. Well, in fact, the number they provided got me into the Netherlands, but they transferred me back, still no charge on the phone.
That's it. I'm going to Virginia.
The United States, and they confirmed yes. I asked the question twice to make sure I got it right. Yes, they will be at Chantilly, and of course it will be the Westfields Marriott. They didn't have the specific address in Chantilly, but it's where they met before. The only place they can meet in Chantilly was where they met several years ago, Westfields, and Westfields is all booked up. And also, a man who for 20 years has helped inside Bilderberg, pin them down, give it further confirmation that we'll be at the Westfields Marriott Conference Center, 14750. We'll have this on our website, Conference Center Drive, Chantilly, Virginia. Got their telephone number.
So this isn't even out yet. This is huge breaking news.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought probably everybody had interneted this stuff by now.
Well, no, we knew that it might be, but now you're pinning it down. Well done, Jim Tucker.
Yeah, I'll be out there on Wednesday, June the 4th, checking into the Hilton in Herndon, Virginia. From experience, I know that's the closest motel nearby and cheapest, if you could consider $270 a night for the cheapest room.
Oh man, this is going to be spook. This is going to be spook central. Jim, isn't it unusual that they would have it in Canada, in North America, then in Istanbul? Because usually they go, as you said, 4 years in Europe and then 1 year in the Americas. Is this unusual for them?
Yes, it is. It surprised me, really, because they're here 2 years ago, and their routine had been something like 3 years in Europe and 1 year somewhere in North America, Canada, or the United States. And that had been their drill. And for a while, we thought possibly Japan, because, for no other reason, that the G8 is meeting in Japan for the first time ever, which makes no sense because the G8 heads of state are all from Europe and North America. Canada, United States, and the European countries. But they're meeting in, and of course that's public information. It was no effort at all to be told where the G8 is going to meet. It's going to be that island in Japan. But nevertheless, Bilderberg is at Chantilly, and we certainly hope a lot of readers will turn out because, well, in Europe, as you know from experience, there's a lot of broadcasters and newspapermen.
Yeah, we have more of a news blackout here in Land of the Coward, Home of the Slaves. Stay there, Land of the Disinfo. Stay there, Jim Tucker. Final segment with you after this quick 3-minute break. Major breaking news. Jim Tucker confirms it's in Virginia. This is live breaking news. What appears to be disinfo was put out, as they always do, that they'd already met, because they meet in May or early June in Greece. Jim Tucker, been covering it for 35 years on the ground, the father of exposing the global elite and the secret shadowy cabal that runs our society. The media just 10 years ago did not even existed. He has confirmed that it is in Chantilly, Virginia. They met in Istanbul, Turkey last year, 125 of the world's movers and shakers. He believes they're meeting here in the United States where they don't normally meet because there's a better media blackout because our press is more controlled. So, Jim, just to recap, go over all the evidence, why you think this isn't another ruse. And again, he's got him for 35 years straight, never been defeated. Sometimes they find out the day of, though. It goes on for 3 days. You have a source inside Bilderberg who's involved that's confirmed it. And so you're 100% on where it's being held. Go over your evidence, Jim Tucker.
Well, they did have me nervous and ready to grab another pair of socks when they talked about the place that they had met in Greece a few years ago being all filled up and so forth, but they could not tell me there were armed guards outside the gates, although I was ready to grab another pair of socks and run. But I had some doubts about it, and I called 3 people. The secretaries of 3 people who always attend Bilderberg meetings under a ruse and a social event, and they were all going to be in Washington that weekend, so I stayed here, becoming very doubtful. And then when we got this thing from a Japanese chap telling us that that it came off of the Dutch website for domestic consumption, or inside the house website, saying that it would be in Chantilly. Then I called the Dutch embassy, and they bounced me back to the embassy in the United States, which specifically confirmed Chantilly. I asked the question twice to make sure there's no misunderstanding. Routine of mine. They're definitely the Westfields. Then a man who's helped, who's an international financial consultant who knows a lot of Bilderberg people personally, he got interested about 20 years ago when I showed him a recent list 20 years ago of participants. I know this guy, I know that guy, I do business with him, and he's always so much fun. He has helped us locate Bilderberg many times. I can remember, obviously I can't give his name, but there's one time when they were meeting in some European city. We knew the city for sure. We knew the dates for sure. This precise location we did not know. I'm at the press club with my other pair of socks packed, waiting to take a shuttle to Dulles Airport when he called and named the precise place, precise location. I called the newspaper back, and they were able to redo page 1 to put in the precise location. And there's other times when he's been very helpful. He has also talked to his Bilderberg buddy, who gave us additional confirmation just this morning that Chantilly is the scene of the crime. And I'm hoping a lot of your listeners and our readers at American Free Press will show up to help make up for the loss, for the lack of help we'll get from the.
Oh, I'm gonna be there.
Good.
You can absolutely be assured of that, Jim. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to harass me and arrest me like they did when I went to Canada inside the U.S. This is going to be fun.
I doubt if you don't say anything about Bilderberg on the flight, I doubt if they would be.
Yeah.
So many flights into Dulles. If they don't know why you're coming, if you don't.
Oh, they surveil everything we do, Jim.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I mean, because we're here fighting them, destroying the country, and they can't stand it, these globalists. Any other key tidbits we need to know? So you're saying you're 100% this isn't a ruse. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
This is triple confirmed. Okay, I'm going to book passage by air right now and bring my crew. Got to get the telephoto lenses out. Expanding on that, Jim Tucker, in closing, then do you believe this was a planted ruse with what we saw out of the Greek news?
It's possible that some Bilderberg kid put something on the internet to lead people the wrong way. I don't know. It's possible because they do not like to be exposed. As usual, they prefer. By now, they're probably aware that there will be public knowledge.
Okay. Jim, thank you for the update, and thank you for nailing that down. That's confirmed. Jim has never been wrong before. 30-plus years you've been able to find out where they are and been able to cover it, Jim.
It's been a lot of fun, and you can be sure the Washington Post and New York Times, the Washington Times, well, not the Washington Times, the Washington Post and New York Times will be there, and you'll not read a word about it.
Well, we need to have protests while we're there in front of their papers. Then in the free country, the cops will no doubt come and say, no demonstrations allowed without permits, and then taser us, land of the slaves, home of the cowards. I mean, I love this country, folks, and that's what we've turned into. But I don't care. I'm going to, you know what? They'll probably tell me I can't videotape without a permit in this godforsaken country, because that's why they're having it here.
Well, the answer is, I'm on a public sidewalk. And I've told the cops that before, many times.
No, I know.
This is a public sidewalk, the taxpayer sidewalk.
God, this country's gone. This country's in so much trouble. Folks, join us there. This is big news, and it's the 5th through the 8th, correct? And tell folks the name of the hotel again.
Well, Bilderberg will be at the Westfields Marriott, 14750 Conference Center Drive in Chantilly.
And does that Hilton have any places for me with telephoto video lenses?
The hotel we'll be staying at.
Yeah. I mean, is that in view of the other facility?
No, you have to drive a few miles, but it's the closest one.
Yeah, I hear this one's hard to cover. Is that true?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of Bilderberg meetings where I had to get a cab, or sometimes readers would be there with cars and save the company a nickel by driving.
Yeah, I'll drive you. Don't worry, Jim. We're going to be all over you because you're the guy that knows how to track the enemy. All right, enemies of the Republic. Jim Tucker, I'll talk to you soon.
Very good.
There goes Jim Tucker.